Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a Throwback Thursday makeup tutorial. So if you guys haven't seen any video like this, it's basically where we just take an old palette and do a makeup tutorial with it. So today I'm going to be using the Lorac Pro palette. This is like next to the Naked palette. I would say this is definitely like the next OG palette. I want to say I had this in like 2012, 2013, maybe even like before then. That girl Shay XO here on YouTube really inspires me to do these videos and play around with old makeup. If you guys haven't seen her, I will link her down below, and also I will insert a card straight to one of her videos or to her channel right here. She is awesome. I've loved her content for so long, and she is like the first person I think of when I think of like a Throwback Thursday concept for a video. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be talking you guys through an eye look using the classic Lorac Pro palette. I really love doing videos like this, and I love watching Shay's video because it's a really great way to think about old makeup and kind of use up old products and just dip your toes back into palettes or makeup products in general that you love. But I really hope you guys enjoy seeing this Throwback Thursday makeup look, and let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I just went ahead and zoomed you guys in a little bit closer. So we're gonna get started with the eye look. Let me grab my brush. So I think I'm gonna start off with the shade Taupe, which is this shade right here, which is a really nice transition shade. I definitely would say that this is a very overall neutral palette. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It has a lot of those awesome neutrals. A lot of the browns are very mid-tone and perfect in the middle. So I'm excited to dip back into this, but right now I'm gonna take Taupe. I do remember these shades being very pigmented, but there's not a lot of kickback on the palette, which is nice. And back then, honestly, when these palettes were first a thing, I don't think anyone even really cared about that or would even notice that in the first place. I'm not really sure what kind of look I want to do today. I kind of feel like I want to just do like a classic eye look like I normally would. Maybe I'll cut out my lid a little bit just to make it a little bit different. So that blended out really easily. I like how that looks in the transition. I think I'm going to take a little bit more of that same shade just on a little bit more of a small tapered brush. This is the Morphe M505, and just concentrate that a little bit more in the lower part of the crease just to add a little bit more definition. These shadows are just as smooth and buttery as I remember them when I first got this palette. These were my favorite formula of shadows for so long. They're so good. It is looking a little bit patchy right there, but that's only because I have a little bit of a dry spot on my eyes. A tip that I like to do once my transition shade is on, just to blend it a little bit further, I like to take either a white shade or a matte cream shade. So you could take either of these two in the palette. I'm just gonna dip into the cream on that same brush that we did the transition, and I'm just gonna start buffing right underneath my brow bone, very lightly, feathering around the edge of that transition. This is really gonna help blend the transition out and make it nice and gradient and not too harsh around the brow bone, but it's also gonna kind of highlight the brow bone at the same time. I think I'm just gonna do a pretty classic eye look today, so just gonna start off by building up the definition. I'm gonna take the shade Sable, which is this really gorgeous chocolate brown right here, and I'm really just gonna start to pack that color on the outer corner. I find that these shadows work the best if you pack them first and then blend them. They are so like buttery. I feel like if you blend them too fast, they kind of just sweep away a little bit. So I just like to really pack that on where I want the color to stick, and then I will go around and blend the edges. Do you guys see how easy that blended out? I always remember loving these tones of brown. I just think because they are so neutral, they're just like the perfect shade of brown on my eyes. I don't know, I've just always really loved them. And as you guys can see, they are so easy to work with and easy to blend too. And then this is just a clean blending brush. I'm just gonna go over everything and really try to fade it out. I'm going in with the same Sable shade that I just put on my outer corners and just really lightly flaring this out on the edges just to kind of give the effect of a more winged out and bigger lid. But as you guys can see, I'm just going in really light-handed, and I'm going to clean this up later too. Okay, so now that we have all the mattes down, I definitely have to clean it up a little bit, but I'm gonna cut my crease a little bit. Just do like a half cut crease. I think that will look cool. Max is having a bad dream again, you guys. I'm gonna go in and cut my crease. I think it will be cool to kind of do like a half cut crease. And what I remember from this palette is that the shimmers were nice, but they weren't really intense. I always felt like I had to build them up, and they kind of swept away a little bit easily. So I think paired on top of a concealer, they will be much more vibrant and intense on the lid. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna speed up this part really quick because it kind of takes me a while to perfect everything. Alright, so I have my lid carved out. That's the best I could do. I'm definitely not the best at it, but I really just wanted to open up the front of my lid and really make my lids appear like they're bigger than they actually are. So when I'm looking straight, you can still see the lid shade. So right now I'm just taking that blending brush that I used before and just trying to blend the concealer a little bit before it dries too much. So now I'm just deciding what I want to put on my lid. All of the bottom row is a shimmer. I just don't know what I want to go for. I think I'm going to go with light bronze. I remember really liking how that shade looked on my skin tone. I was going to do gold, but I don't really know if I'm feeling a gold. So I think I'm going to go in with light bronze, because deciding between light bronze and champagne, I think I want something just a little bit more warm. So let's try light bronze. I'm gonna try the shadow just on a flat brush with no Fix Plus or anything. I just want to see how it applies on top of that concealer first. It's definitely a pretty shade, but I definitely remember it being like this. It's just a really subtle shimmer, and you guys know I really like more an intense metallic. So I think I am gonna go ahead and wet my brush with just a little bit of Fix Plus. I have some primer water right here, so I'm just gonna spritz my brush and see how the shadow goes on a little bit damp. Alright, definitely a bit more intense. I just don't know if these shadows are necessarily really meant to be intense, because the original formula is such a soft formula. I don't really think I'm gonna get it super metallic looking, but the primer water really intensified it. That's so pretty. I like that a lot. Again, taking that same brush and doing the same thing that I was doing before, just going in and blending some of these edges. So now I'm just deciding if I want to do like a little bit of a shadow wing. I had that in mind when I first started filming, but I haven't decided if that's something that I want to do. I think I'm going to start off by just deepening the outer corner of my lash line a little bit with the espresso shade. I'm just going to take this on a flat brush. This is the Morphe M432, and I don't know if I'm going to wing it yet, but I'm just going to start by pressing this right on the outer corner of my lash line right here. That's going to really add a lot of volume to my lashes as well, just adding the definition right in this corner. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing, this time just going in and taking a little tiny touch of black. I remember this black being very pigmented and intense, so I just want to take that almost like just to line the top lash again. And you guys already know, just one more final blend before we finish up the eyes. Now it is time to clean up this look, just so it looks a little bit more put together. I'm just going to take a baby wipe wrapped around my finger and just clean up anything that fell underneath my eyes. I don't think I'm going to give this look a really sharp edge because I really like how it's looking, and I think just with some concealer under the eye, it'll clean it up a little bit, but it's still not going to look perfect. So I don't think I'm going to touch that outer corner, just going to clean up my lower lash line and any fallout that's on the rest of my face. So now it is time to apply some mascara. I'm going to use my Maybelline Total Temptation. You guys know this has easily become one of my favorite mascaras, so I'm just going to do a coat of that to begin with. And then I'm going to go over that with a coat of the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. I really just like rediscovered this mascara. I haven't used it in a while. I don't love it on its own, but on top of my Total Temptation, which gives me a lot of volume, this gives me a nice length on top and a nice darkness to my lashes as well. So I just went off camera for a bit to finish up the rest of my face. I really just want to focus on the eyes in this video. But I think now that I have the rest of my face on, I want to deepen up my outer corners just a little bit more. I know I love a really deep outer corner. So I'm going to take Sable, that same chocolate brown shade. But now I have to be really careful because this does have some fallout and my face is all done. So I want to be really careful just taking it on that same brush. And I'm going to really just lightly press this on the outer corner just to add back that definition. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I just lose it when I do my concealer and stuff like that. Okay, looking really good. That is exactly what I wanted to do. I just needed a little bit more definition. Now I'm going to finish up my lower lash line. I think I'm going to take the shade Garnet, which is this really gorgeous red warm shade down here. I'm going to take this on that same flat brush that I used before. It's almost like a brown, but it's definitely more of a red. So I think it's going to be different, but it's not going to be like a bam pop of color. So I think I'm going to try this on that same flat liner brush. I'm just going to press this right underneath the lower lash line. I do just want to smoke that out a little bit, so I'm going to take the shade Taupe, the original shade that I used in my transition, on my Sigma E40 brush. So speaking of my Sigma brush, I'm so excited to say that I am now a Sigma Beauty affiliate. I am so excited. I cannot believe that they reached out to me, but I did just become a part of their affiliate program. So I will have a link down below if you guys want to shop through my link through Sigma. That would be so awesome. Definitely no pressure. I just want to let you guys know that any Sigma link that you see in the description box is an affiliate link. I am working on getting a code for you guys for 10% off, so I'm just waiting on approval on that. I believe it's going to be Jackie Ann, but definitely check the description box for more details and check my link if you guys want to shop for this brush. This is an awesome blending brush. Sigma brushes were some of my first brushes and they're all in amazing condition, so I was really shocked when they reached out to me to be an affiliate, but I'm really grateful and excited. So like I said, check the description box for more details if you guys want to shop Sigma Beauty. So on my E40, I'm just taking a little bit of that taupe shade and just really lightly buffing this under my lash line. I don't want anything really heavy on my lash line. I just want to make sure it's nice and blended and buffed out. Taking my Sigma E60, I'm going to dip into the white shade in the palette. I really want to intensify that brow bone highlight, and I love a good white shade under my brow bone. So I'm just going to be placing that right here. Then I'm just going to take my pencil brush and highlight my inner corner. All of these rubbed off the names because I've been using these for so long. I think this is the E30, but again, definitely make sure to check the description box for all of the brushes that I used in this video. So I think for my inner corner, I'm going to take the shades Nude and Champagne mixed together, just the two lighter shimmer shades. I do have a little bit of Fix Plus on my brush already. I'm just going to be applying this on the inner corner for that pop of highlight. Alright you guys, so that completes this video, this Throwback Thursday makeup look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun filming this. I seriously forgot how good this palette was, and I'm so happy that I still love this Lorac Pro palette as much as I remember. So this is seriously still such an awesome palette, and I love the look that I came up with. I think what's the most fun for me when filming these videos is not only testing out if the formula is still good for me, it's a formula I still like, but just taking palettes that I used when I was first starting makeup and seeing how my skill has grown and what kind of looks I can come up with now. If that makes any sense, I think that's the most fun about playing around with this palette, because when I was playing around with this palette back in the day, I would have never thought to cut out my crease or put down concealer or spray these shimmer shades to make them more intense. And I think it's just awesome to revisit old palettes and old products just using new techniques and to see if they work out any differently. I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this video as much as I enjoyed filming it. It was just really fun, and I love doing videos like this. Definitely leave in the comments below other old palettes that you guys want to see me use, because I would love to start doing more of these. If you guys want to know what palettes I have in my collection, you guys can check out my recent eyeshadow palette collection. I will have it linked up here just so you guys can get an idea of what I have, and I will definitely take your recommendations and add them to a list of future Throwback Thursdays to film. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here, and I quickly just want to thank you guys for 5,000 subscribers. That is crazy. I never thought in a million years that many people would subscribe to my channel, but thank you guys so much for supporting me and watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. If you guys don't want to miss out on any of my new videos, make sure you have my notifications on, and that way you'll get directly notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!